Welcome to this look at a new to console mod map on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, I am on Offlum 22. This had an update on Friday and part of that update was console release. This is one of the most frustrating map tour preps I've done. Frustrating maps. It's broken and wrong. I think there's something fundamentally wrong about what's been done and what's been, I say, allowed to be done. And it's my own personal opinion. And there's a few different ways of looking at this, and I will try to put across both sides of the argument, as I always do. So this is my map Desing 01, 256.41 megabytes download. Now it shows 25 required mods, which for some people that will put them off immediately. When I went to then install it, it said there were two other mods that it required that it went away to download. One of those mods, the Double Rod Mat Fence Pack by Modding Association, appears to be broken on this map. I'll show you on the fences. When we get to on the fences, I've done a short video clip on my test map of the mod to show that it does work and that I know how to find triggers and things like that. It's not working, and that is going to cause a problem on this map in certain locations, which I'll show you as well. The other thing which is bizarre, and I've never encountered this, often you will get maps in the description that say they are Platinum expansion ready, Premium expansion ready, Premium expansion recommended if there are productions and things that require some of the new root crops, but only recommended. They'll still run if not. This one says Pumps and Hoses DLC is required. Now it doesn't download as an automatic mod. It doesn't download automatically, should I say. But it says it's required. I thought, well, okay, fair enough. So I came on without it. Coming on here without it means there's loads of stuff missing on the map. And what's more frustrating about that is it's not a free DLC. Euros, it's $17.99 for the Pumps and Hoses DLC. Now you might already have it, and if you have, that's fine. But almost forcing people to pay to download a DLC to be able to play the map, I just think that's wrong. I can't. Now, putting across the other side of it, you don't have to. And I'll show you as we go around the map, and I've done another video clip showing you all the locations on the map where if you don't have Pumps and Hoses on, what will be missing. And there's a fair chunk of stuff will be missing. But it might be you don't want to use Pumps and Hoses DLC anyway. You might find it too complicated, you might have never used it before, you might just decide I'd rather use something else in its place, in which case that's not a problem. But just be aware that when you come on here without it, there are going to be locations on the map where there are things missing. So those are the warnings to start off with. Oh dearie me. We'll talk about slot count because we're at the main farm, and we'll look at the map as well. And the map's got me baffled. Honestly, this has been so frustrating because the map itself is brilliant. It's a really, really nicely made map. The level of detail, the quality is phenomenal. I don't want people to think I'm just slamming the map maker. I'm not, because the map itself is brilliant. It's just, like I say, it's frustrating and annoying and, you know, all of those things. So anyway, field prices and what we start with. On New Farmer, we start with the main farm here. Next warning, on farm management start from scratch, obviously you don't own the land. The farm plots, and there are many, there's a key up here, we've got 5 farms, we've got, what's it called, contracting company, which is the Lohnunternehmen, I think it is. Then we've got biogas Krompers and biogas Janssen. So on farm management start from scratch, the main farm here is 2,833,872. So you don't even have enough money to buy the start farm on farm management start from scratch. One you start with 1.5 million, one you start with 500,000. So you don't start with enough. And I'll show you the biogas plant plot there, 1,250,000. This farm here, 2,401,000. This one, 2,467,000. This one, 4,603,000. That one, 4,047,000, and that one, 4,760,000. That frustrated me and annoyed me. I get it. In the real world, if you buy a big farm with lots of, it's going to cost you millions. But in game, I don't know. And then we got into just ranty pants time. Then we got into field prices, which make no sense. For example, that field there, tiny, 109,000. That field there, 88,000. 3 times the size of that one, but cheaper. This one, which is bigger, maybe a third again bigger, 158 grand, bit of a jump up. Then this one here, which is smaller than this one here, 450. I don't understand the pricing. Then we go to this one, which is, again, from that to that, you know, not maybe double, 757 grand. I can't get my head around it. I don't know. Like I say, I think because it's taken me so long to do all the prep and stuff, I'm grumpy and I'm frustrated. Have I mentioned the word frustrated enough times yet? Anyway, slot count on all 3 game modes is 1,426 with pumps and hoses installed and enabled. If you don't have pumps and hoses and come on here, it's 1,319, all 3 game modes. Now, if you decide you want to remove the equipment and machinery, you can. Without pumps and hoses, I got it down to 1,145. Without pumps and with pumps and hoses on, if you remove the equipment and machinery, I got it down to 1,252, I think. Now, I did then try. I went around all the farms, biogas, everything, removed as many buildings as I could, because you can remove a lot of them, because a lot of them are required mods. I got the slot count down from 1,426 to 746. But next warning, and I've got a picture to show you, you can't get rid of any of the decorative objects, and there are loads of them at all the farms. This farm, for example, will look like this. So as I always recommend, if you are going to remove buildings, save your game first, remove them, see what it looks like. If there's decorative objects and stuff that you can't get rid of, you might decide actually that's not going to work, you might have to leave it. It's up to you. Have a fiddle around and see what you think. So, what haven't I covered yet? Oh yeah, there are 2 crop types. We've got green rye and we've got field grass. Field grass you put in the ground with a regular seed, actually both you do. Regular seeder does green rye and does field grass. Harvesting, field grass is done with a regular header. Green rye, I can't find how you harvest it. So my only assumption is that green rye is either a cover crop that you can just cultivate in, or you can use forage harvesters if you go for the all crop headers, and these ones here, so you can use the green rye as a forage crop as well. Because I tried corn headers, I looked around, I couldn't find anything else. So that's as far as I can tell for those 2 additional. There are seasonal objects that appear over the course of the seasons. Ditches and waterholes fill with water when it rains. Like I say, it's brilliant. It's such a good map, but so, you know, under build mode, added in above the required mods. Under tools, we've got Offlum just there. We've got the weighing scales. If we go into, this is a bizarre one actually, decoration and others, we've got a load of trees here. Not under trees, but then if we go to trees, we've got more trees. Anyway, so we've got trees here added in. If we then go into our landscaping, painting, there's a ton of paint textures, some really nice ones as well on here. Brickwork and dirt and tracks and stuff like that. Trees, we've got a load. And then plants, we've got a load, including these additional field create options on there as well. That's under build mode. I was going to put the thumbnail as this map is nerfed, but I don't know. It's a difficult one. Like I say, I don't want to knock the map maker, but it is what it is. So, come over here first of all. Pigpen 300. We come just around here. We've got a sleep trigger for the farm, the main farm. We've then got, I mean, if you like cows, you're going to like this map. We've got a cow barn for 60. We come around here and I'll show you the fence. So we've got this fencing, which is part of one of the additional ones it's asking for. If I come up to here now, I've got top left, nothing coming up for open gates. Now I own the land, so I thought maybe it's own the land. And then I thought, well, maybe it's timed, maybe they're on timers. So I sped up time past 9 o'clock, past 10 o'clock, nothing. That's why I then did a clip, which I'm going to show you now, on my test map. And come over to these, the triggers work fine. They work absolutely no problem at all. But for some reason, on here, the gates won't open. So if you've got a farm or an area that's completely fenced in and gated with these, you can't access it. So again, mild frustration, to say the least. Oh yeah, I'll show you that clip. So, carrying on around the yard. Equipment and machinery, and we've got a fair bit of it off the start. Forage wagons, muck spreader, tedder, windrower, trailer, spreaders, seeder, cultivators and ploughs, mowing equipment tucked around here. There's stuff kind of dotted around all over the place. If we come around the sides here, levelers and compactors for our silage clamps. Silage clamps again, if you like, there are plenty around the map. You won't go short. Mulchers, sprayer, just there. Come through the barn here. Forage, mixer wagon for total mix ration. Out the other side, another cow barn, 80. Now again, this is part of the pumps and hoses. So if you come to here and you haven't got pumps and hoses installed, that tank won't be there. There'll just be a round, because when I first came on I didn't have it selected and there was this flat round area and I'm thinking that's weird, what's missing? I've downloaded all the required mods, they're installed, why is it not doing it? And that's what it was, pumps and hoses. So that will be missing if you don't. Slurry spreader just here. If we come around the side of the yard, down the side of the two size clamps, pigs at 170 and pigs at 250. So a fair few animals at the start farm. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy all the plots now. And like I say, they are expensive, but they need to be purchased for all of the icons, triggers and stuff to show up. I'm going to buy this one as well. That plot there, 243, has got a barn on it. I'm not necessarily going to go over to the barn, but there is a barn there which will give you access. I think that's it. Oh yeah, 251 there as well. That's the frustrating one. I think all of the others pretty much. I've also went round and I made sure that all of these areas that look like could be animal pastures, I bought them all up off camera and they're not. None of them are. The animals are all on the farm areas. So I've come back now, you'll see all the icons are all showing. So we can get down and have a look. This one down here is the contractor's yard. None of the farms have silos, interestingly. So I guess it's all more for animal work than crop work. There's nothing stopping you doing crop work. Contracts are available. There are contracts available. So I have to speed up now. What I'll probably do, if I remember, the video clip of... I mean, to be fair, I'll show you as we go around all the different areas, what won't be there. And it is basically just all the pumps and hoses stuff. If you haven't got pumps and hoses, if you haven't installed... Oh, I meant to show you. Sorry, here as well, we've got a workshop tucked away in there. Almost forgot. I saw the hazard line, so I'm saying, well, there you go. Workshop at the main farm is just in there. So, we need to go... Think, MrSealyp, this way. And it won't turn enough. This one of the two tractors is just a little bit faster. This one goes at 32, the other one goes at 26 or 24. So I thought, you know what? And like I say, going around the yard as well, the trackways, the lighting, the texture palette, all of it, it's brilliant. It looks great. And that sort of thing of, you know, thinking when it rains with the ditches filling up with water. What brilliant, you know, it's a fantastic thing. It's very cool. And again, there is nothing stopping you coming on here without pumps and hoses. That fencing will still be broken, and here is my first example of... I think all the other areas do have other access points, but again, top left, if I come all the way along here, nothing comes up to open gate. I thought, like I said, I thought it was on a timer. I've gone both sides. That's why that little clip I showed you, I did both sides of the fences. I opened and closed. There's a little one later on as well at the biogas plant where we've got the separate gate. That wouldn't work either. And what's frustrating is when you buy this plot of land, you get the grain mill. You can't access it. I did also think, because I know that'll be asked as well, why don't you just go into demolish and demolish the fencing, take the gate out? It won't let you. I thought I'd just remove the gate. That's easy enough. Nope. Can't do that either. So, I don't know, like I say, this is the frustrating bit. So we have got we've got a grain mill. I don't know, build a ramp over it. I mean, possibly you could, if you wanted to. You could demolish it once you're on the land, remove it, remove that as well, and then put a grain mill somewhere else if you wanted to. That would be an option, potentially. So I can go over the fence. Please let me over the fence. This works off camera. Oh. There we go. I do like these trackways. I think they might be, they're either old lanes or they're cycle lanes, cycleways. But I like the fact you can keep your farm machinery and equipment off the main roads if you wanted to. There's quite a lot of them that go around the map. And like I say, as you drive around, it's a really, really well-made map. As far as I'm aware, MapDezign 01, this is the only thing they've made. This is the only map, no mods, and it's a fantastic. It's not clunky anywhere. So, when we come to the contractor's yard, so the contractor's yard is plot 246. On the key, it's number 6. And again, it's got one of those gates that you can't open. But luckily, I say luckily, we can get round into the yard around the back here. If this hadn't have been here, and I was worried that all of the yards would be the same. Now, as well, if you're concerned if you've purchased them, we've got a Placeables point there, which is absolutely brilliant. We have got a fuel point just there. Then we've got these silos which can be refilled. This one is for fertiliser, that one is for lime, and then this one is for seed, which you can fill. So as a contractor's yard, you can then come and collect stuff from here. The buildings, most of them, require you to go in through the side door and then open from the inside. So if you've bought them and you're asking yourself or wondering why the gates won't open, are they broken as well? A lot of the barns and buildings that have been included on here as required mods do require you to go inside and then go the other way. I'm going to go around. We've got another one here. I'm trying to think, is this the same as the one that's over the other side? No, I don't think it is. I'll say the shed that I was talking about on plot, I want to say 243, but it probably isn't. I'll have to check my notes for that. It's got a wall inside, so you can put grain and stuff and pile it up, and it's one of those ones you can hide, right, remove or replace the wall. Plenty of shed space here for the contractor's yard. So I don't know if it's going to get another update. I don't. It's weird that the change log doesn't even mention the fact that it's now console ready, but it is, and it's added some extra stuff. Forest areas, new merchant building, yeah, decorative trees we've seen already. I don't know, it's a quandary. So we come just past here, around here. We have got sell points. This is sell point potato, but you can do potato and sugar beet here. As you can see, there's both of them showing. We have then got sell point. This is animal dealer, but it's a bale sell point just there. We've got a purchase point just here. This is for buying liquid fertiliser. So the other sell points, this is a buy point for liquid fertiliser. We've got sell point for wood chips. And then we've got country trading point LVE, which is sort of the main sell point. I mean, actually, to be fair, it's the only sell point on the map. And luckily this one's not fenced in. So, next on our list is one of the biogas plants. But like I said, yes, it's fiddly in that if you don't want to have pumps and hoses, or you don't own it, or you know, then you are going to have to, if you're going to run a biogas plant, you might not want to. There are tons of biogas plants, modular ones, all sorts of stuff, large, small, all across the board, that you could put in their place. Like I say, it's not the end of the world, just a frustration really. There's that word again. So here's the main gate. And the main gate again, nothing come up to open. Here's the side gate again, nothing for opening, closing. I went further away. I thought maybe the trigger's just in the wrong place. All over. Didn't work. But luckily for us, if you consider it to be lucky, that's what I'm doing. We can get in this way. So all of these buildings, this one won't be here if you haven't got it, pumps and hoses. The clamps will be, and I think this shed will be. But obviously the rest of this stuff is all pumps and hoses, so it wouldn't be. If we go over to it and click on it, you'll see where we are at the top there. So you've got power plant, we've got fermenter. The fermenter's through here. Putting in is done there. And then we've got our fermenters. So, and this is not a mod review of the pumps and hoses DLC. And then large slurry tanks for all of it. It's quite a complicated mod with all the stuff going on, and it didn't have an update. I know the modular BGA did as well. It can be quite complicated. I did do mod reviews on them. I'm not saying I necessarily did them the justice they deserved, because there's a lot going on. So from here to the next farm. I like the trackways. I like, you know, there's so much to like about it. There's a railway line that runs on the bottom there. There's no sell point. You can't rent the train or anything like that. But just past those sort of fence panels, barriers. I haven't seen a train run along there yet because I think it's the end of the line part way along the map. But like I said, I did purchase some of these plots just to make sure they're not pastures, and they weren't. So I wanted to be on here. Sorry, my mistake, cutting across the grass, because we need to take the next right fork. Just here. Oh, why not? I've just realised I missed. At the contractor's yard, there is a jet wash there as well, the jet wash station. I went straight past it and apologise for that profusely. So, the next one here, this is plot 252, number 2 on the key. This is Hof Augustus, I think it is, Augustus. Our start farm is Hofmüller. This is Hof Augustus, I hope I've got that right. Plot 2, which we're coming up on now. Got to our key, yes, Hof Augustus. Or Augustus. So this slurry tank won't be there without precision farming. Did I just drive straight past the entrance to the farm? Oh, dearie me. It's Sunday. I got up and I thought, you know what, I'll get out, I'll crack on, let's get that map tour done. The prep for this has taken me, how long so far? Quite a while. I did miss the turning, it's just here. Right, so, into the yard. Now, it's interesting because we've got these bits and bobs. Again, you can remove buildings and stuff, but things like the ivy hanging up remains, as do these. There's not actually a workshop trigger in here, which surprised me, but there's plenty of workshop triggers available in the mod hub. No sleep trigger at this farm, although we do have, or did we have a sleep trigger at this one, but not the others? Oh no, it was sheep, I think. There we go, just here. So, sheep 15 out on the end here. Cows at 35. Can't remember if we had anything around the back. No, I don't think so. Further up, cows at 140. Silage clamps. Some of the silage clamps are in the ground. I think one of the main farm was as well. There was one that was just, you kind of go across it, and if you've got the help menu open top left, you'll see it comes up saying chaff and compacting and whatnot. I mean, I like it. I like that decorative side of things. More coos just here, 60. And then background at the back of this one, cows 80. So as I said at the start, if you like cows, you'll like this map. I mean, the problem being as well, with the amount that are on here, potentially you're up close to the animal limits. Let me just double check. I think we can get out at the end. So rather than turn around, I should have just carried on up the yard, so to speak. Whoa. Yep. Very good. So, straight up here. To the next farm. The next farm is plot 253. It is number 3 on the key. It is Offlum, which is kind of the cows move. You know, I don't know if that's intentional or not. So this one is, I think there's 2 of the farms. They've actually got a fair bit of biogassery going on the farms as well. Which again, without pumps and hoses, those facilities won't be there. But this one has got one that's frustrating because you can't access it. So slurry tank there. If we go up around here, we have got cows at 35, cows at 60. I like as well, each of the farms and farmyards are laid out completely differently. It's not just a plonk down, look, here's a farm. And it blends in really nicely with all the foliage, all the landscaping. I like the trackways. It's really well done. Another cow barn just here for 80. Silage clamps just there. And then we've got the farm's sort of biogas unit. Let me see, actually, can we get in through here? Or is it fenced off at this side? Oh no, we can. Brilliant stuff. So, the farm's biogas plant. Another one of those fences, gates just there, which won't open, but it is what it is. So, this farm, biogas power plant, fermenter, and then storage just there. With shed space, I don't think we've got... Oh, is this another one? Oh, did that open? No. I don't think this has got a workshop trigger in it. I don't think so. And it's, like I say, I think it's just the fact you can't remove any of the fencing around it as well, because it'd just be that simple thing of, okay, it's not working, I'll just go around each of the farms if I bought the farms, and I'll just pluck those gateways out. But the fact you can't, I've been kind of racking my brains thinking, I'm trying to look at it from all different angles and different aspects and outlooks and thinking, okay, well maybe it was intentional, but I think, why would that be intentional to have a set of gates on each of the farms that can't open, forcing you to use different access routes? It doesn't make sense. So like I said, I think it might just be in utilising that mod and putting it in, somehow the triggers have been missed. Like I say, that's an extrapolation, I'm just guessing on that. So, continuing on through the gorgeous countryside, stick carrot, you know, that's how it goes. We're coming up to the next farm. Which one was this? We did Hofmuller. This is plot 247. Number 4, this is Hofschmidt. Now when you buy Hofschmidt, you get the main farm area and you get this area to the right. You know, it looks like a Placeables area, but it's not. These are silage clamps, and this is what I was talking about, some of them. Again, I love this, the barriers on the sides of the culverts. And so when we come into here, you'll see top left, there you go, fill level chaff. So these are the ones that sort of have tyres next to them, and you would just pile the stuff up on these. A nice blend and mixture of cobbles and concrete. That one's got, this is more of a silage plate, but the same thing again. So plenty of room for chaff into silage. Through to the main farm itself. Now you can, I say, remove these. All the decorative side of it stays, but you can remove the clamps on there, but the decorative objects remain. So as far as them placing buildings and stuff, that becomes a problem because there's decorative stuff on there. So, Hofschmidt. cows, just there, 60. And one of these, might be in the farm later on, had one of the triggers was inside the building, and I nearly missed it. It might be one of the ones later on. Oh, cows 140. Large barn space. Might be the other end on this one. Pumps and hoses slurry tank. Yep, round the end here. Cows at 80. Cows at 200. More shed space. Silage clamps just there. These are the ones, one of the required mods. Again, I like these silage clamps that have the verge bits. These are the ones you can build modular, and you can have the verges on the outsides, different versions, and then you think you can have a set with verge in the middle as well if you want to. But like I say, they're kind of built into the map, but they can be removed if you want to. Actually, you know what, I'm going to show you one of these, because look, if we remove that like that, that like that, and then remove the verge, which in this case has trees on them, what's left is the fencing, tyres and stuff, which you can't remove. And that's what I was sort of referring to. It's, I don't know, yeah, I guess, like I say, the rule of thumb with this would be either don't remove them or save the game, just to make absolutely certain if you make a mistake you should be alright. Oh, something I didn't check for actually, which I should have done. That's interesting. Where are we? Collectibles 100. 100 collectibles? I haven't seen one. Normally then when there's 100 collectibles on a map, they're kind of scattered all over the place. I haven't seen a single one. Right, out onto the main road. I think potentially, I suppose because of the area it's in. Oh, it's in Munsterland. Is it not Westphalia? Is it Westphalia? I'm trying to think where it is in the world. If that's what's done here, if it's mostly cows, then fair enough. But I think possibly, as far as gameplay goes, I guess having maybe somewhere on the map where there was a sheep farm, maybe one that was a pig farm. I know we've got pigs at the main farm, but I don't know, so just throwing it out there. So, again here, we come off the main road, we have got, this is the second BGA. That gate won't open, but we can get in here, which is fine. It does seem odd, but anyway. So we came from, let's go to the map. So our start farm, out past the grain mill, down to the bottom to the contractor's yard, the sell points and buy point for liquid fertiliser. Then we came out on there to the first biogas plant, up there to the second farm, up there to the third farm, up here to the fourth farm. We've now come to this roundabout down here, and we're at plot 8. So this is the second biogas plant. Now you'll see that you get this plot of land with it as well. Now that's fenced in as well, and you can't access it. It does have wind turbines on. So I thought, oh, I wonder, are those wind turbines earning you money? So if we go into demolish, they're not available to demolish. And what I also did off camera, I removed any government subsidy signs that I had, and I sped time up. And past the hour, I didn't gain anything. So as far as I can make out, they're decorative. Which is interesting. Like I say, they've got this fencing with the gates, so you can't even get on there. So even if you thought, well, I own that land now, that's cool, I could put a sheep pen on there, or put some sell points, or a production chain, or something. You can't actually get in there. I'm on demolish now, and you can't. I don't know. Like I say, it's nerfed. So here we've got our power plant. We've got our fermenters. The cogeneration plants. But this one does have something in addition to, which the other the farm and the other biogas plant didn't have. This has a separator. And the separator is here. So it separates your manure, but you have to it's actually, the trigger's just there. Actually, top left, it has come up with turn on separator. So although the trigger is hidden behind these bits here, you can turn it on from here. But obviously at the moment it's empty. You'd have to put stuff in there, and that will separate out and give you bring you liquid manure, and it gives you a solid manure out. Yeah, I mean, it's a separator. Like I say, it's not a mod review of the pumps and hoses pack itself, but that's all on the facility here. And then just past the shed I was talking about, you'll see it just over there. That's on plot. Now, was it 243? Was I right? Yes, it is 243. That plot 27,296, and you'll get the shed. You'll just see it through the trees, just over there. It's fairly large. Hasn't got just through the trees there. Hasn't got a workshop trigger or anything like that in it. It's a large shed, and it has got a wall sort of 1/3 up that does have a bit where you can hide and remove part of the wall. If you want access through it or you want to store crops, you can. So, carrying on. I think we're coming to the last farm now, I think. So, plot 249, number 5. On the key, this is Hof Mayus. It's Mayus. As you can see, it does have some biogasery on this one as well. And this actually has got a lot going on. I think it's got 5 cow barns on this one. It's a bit mad. So, come back onto the main road in here. So this plot was the real expensive one, 4,760,000, and you get all of this. So you get 2 cow barns now, two there, so 4. Okay, a liquid manure tank. So we've got fuel just there, as you can see. Cows to the side there, 60. This might be the one. Was this the one that had it inside? Oh yeah, there we go. Just inside the door there, 40. It's because of all the different packs that are required mods. There's quite a few different cow barn packs, and silage clamps of all different sorts. You'll see now. Look, top left, fill level chaff, fill level and compacting. Come across, we've got another one here on the ground. Another silage plate over there. Another couple here. There you go. If you like doing silage, all over it. 80. And then the one around the back was, I want to say, was it 200, 140, 200, something like that? Slightly larger building just there. 200, there we go. As we come around here, silage clamps. And then the biogas side of the farm just here. I'm not going to put that clip up. I think it's kind of glaringly obvious. Like I said, if you haven't got pumps and hoses, if we zoom out, you can see what's going to be missing. The pumps and hoses stuff, you know. If we go into build mode and come out, you'll see the pumps and hoses stuff has stuff above it when you come into build mode, so you can see what's going to be missing automatically. So you've got the liquid manure tank, fermenter. The aginators. We've got 2 of these here. Interestingly. Now, because these don't have any decorative stuff around them, you could then go through, if you decide actually I'm going to have one farm with all the biogas plant or one of the biogas plants, and at the farms remove those, so you might want to have a blend of the two. I don't know. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate and you know, look at all the aspects of what people might want to do, how they might want to play it. You know, like I said, I just think, you know, they're not forcing people to have it. I mean, I suppose technically, I don't know. If it was a free DLC, you'd be like, well, yeah, that's all right, no big deal, is it? It's a free deal. But when it's like, when you've got to pay for it, and for anyone watching that's already got it, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, but it just doesn't. That's why I always do my map tours, generally speaking, without Platinum or Premium on, because not everyone has Platinum and Premium. So I want to show them, you know, base game, if you don't have any stuff, what does this show? Sometimes maps will say that Premium or Platinum is recommended for some of the productions and things to have all of the things available. So then I will show it like that. But, oh, what I say. Animal dealer just here. And the last point in the map is your vehicle shop. It doesn't actually have a workshop trigger on this one. If I've missed any workshop triggers at the farms, I do apologise. I like that blend of that brick pathway into the sort of car parks. That's blended so well. So here's your vehicle shop. Now I'm just going to double check that we don't have the option to buy the land here. No, because I did suddenly think, does one of these open? Has it got a workshop in there? I don't think it has got a workshop trigger. No, just a shop menu. This is the reset point for the map as well. If I continue down the map a little way here, I haven't been to it, I didn't show it, but all the way down here there's a water point, water purchase. But as I say, on every map tour, when there's ponds, water points, there are so many modded water points that are really inexpensive as well. So as far as water goes, there are so many placeables. Taps and pumps and wells and, you know, you name it, they're all over the place. But that is the map. I've tried to put across both sides. I've tried to, you know, I know at the start I was crabby and grumpy and, you know, I don't know, you can be the judge of how you feel about it. But I don't want it to take away from the fact that this is a really, really great map. It's a really well made map. It looks absolutely brilliant. I just think if the map maker had tweaked that just a bit, you know, had it as a recommendation to have pumps and hoses on, not a requirement, and that maybe one of the farms had it, and without it, it would be missing. The fact it's across a lot of the map, I don't know, like I say, you be the judge, but that's the map. Offlum 22 by MapDezign 01. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.